Sometimes like all you want to do is run. Hear me out, hear me out. If all the things you never show, there are the things I want you to know. Secrets start in your heart to slow. But if you don't want to tell me now, I guess I'll never know. Losing almost all my energy. It's getting hard to talk to you, and I'm the only one who speaks. It's all the things you never show. There are the things I want to know. Secrets start in your heart to slow. But if you don't want to tell me now, I guess I'll never know.
Oh my God, I love my intro. Makes me happy every time I hear it. Anyways, hey you guys, welcome to a live. It was just a one I thought I would do today. Don't forget tonight, Charmaine and whoever else and Travis will be ask a lawyer a question. So that will be tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and 8 p.m. Central. Anyways, hey you guys, how are you doing today? It's Saturday. Happy Saturday. On there. Not sure what your guys' weather is like. It's kind of just over cloud, cloudy and a bit rainy here in Vancouver. Hi Lisa. Hi Big Bird. Word to Big Bird. Hi Diana. How are you? Of course, Streamlabs is in the house. You guys know better than to put your little periods in the wrong spot with Streamlabs, eh? Or else it gives you that good old, you're trying to post a link. Hi Sharon Parker. How are you? Hi, Marianne. How are you? Did I already say you positive vibes? I think I did, right? Anyways, you guys, so we're going to cover again Sebastian Rogers and some probably more Sebastian Rogers, and the other part will be Madeline, of course, Soto. Living the dream. Living the dream. I was fell asleep. Remember waking up at 3. Pretty much been up ever since. So anyway. Yeah. So, you know what? I want to get kind of right into this a little bit because I wanted to go over, I know we watched this yesterday, but I kind of wanted to go over this one with you guys and stop it where things kind of seem, yeah. Now, again, this case in particular, Madeline Soto's mother, Jennifer, she's irritating the shit out of me every time I watch her, to be honest with you. And as for Sebastian Rogers, this case is just, it's driving me crazy, so we're going to watch a similar story as well with Sebastian Rogers, and a very similar story that happened with another autistic boy that was 12 years old. So thanks to Lewis for sending me that earlier today. Because when I was talking to him about it, I said, have you heard of this case? And then he said, no, but I can look into it. And then he goes, oh, that reminds me of a case that happened around here. And I was like, well, send me it. It's early. Hi, Miranda. Yeah, I did. Well, yeah. I know. I think I've done a live have I done a live every day this week? Or at least a couple, even in the same day. All I know is I've done many lives today. Wonder where Soto is hiding. Yeah. But anyways, so let's go into this one. And it's not that so it's not like I feel like the parents have anything to do with this. I don't at this point. I truly don't. I keep listening to the interviews, and there's just no vibe I'm getting at all. You know, only heard about it yesterday though. Another YouTuber, yeah. Well, again, it was a case that I caught right near the start, um, and I seen a few other people covering it, and so of course when I see something, sometimes I just want to bring awareness to it because it grabbed my. I think Adam sent me this. I believe I want to say that Adam sent me this, and that's why I became aware of it. And but anyways, which is Aspen Connor. But anyways, it's like finally it seems to be getting the national attention, for this case, because again, it's like any child, right? It's maybe they're in a whole different state. So that's why it's important. Doesn't matter where you live in the world, that you just share things out because you never know who's on your friends list. Um, hey Frank, how are you? Did you get back into your Facebook there, Frank? On there? Last time I think I seen that you got locked out. Are you back into it? Can't say I've ever been locked out of my Facebook before. I know some people that have. I'm in the UK, a lot of stories. Yeah. Right. Well, I mean, you got some people that I don't, like I said, like there's a lot of YouTubers out there, but I don't necessarily know them because I don't usually, if it catches my eye of a creator that's in the sidebar there, and I happen to see a story and stuff like that. But I mean, I don't know how many YouTubers in the UK cover necessarily the US stuff. No, you're saying, how come you're still locked out? Didn't you just need a friend on your friends list to verify, you know, that it was you or something, Frank? I just remember one time somebody said something like, "Can you verify my Facebook?" Did you check out Plunder last night? Yeah, Plunder's a great lady. Like I said, I remember her from the Suzanne Morphew case. She's very detailed, and she always has like a pack full of information. She is a journalist, so she does, like I said, she does a really good job, and she throws a bunch of information at you, and in a sense, throughout her video. But anyways. So if anyone hasn't heard of Plunder, of course, check it out. So again, for anyone coming in right now, this will be Sebastian Rogers, and it will be Madeline Soto. But we went over this yesterday, and there was an interview that came up. But I wanted to point out a few things, about this. There's a YouTuber from the UK called Emma Kenny. She covers a lot. She's a psychologist and appears on TV. Oh, okay. Never heard of her myself. But yeah, sweet. Thanks. Thanks, Marion. Okay, so let's do that. And I'm just going to, I think is it at its big spot here? Yeah, it's at the biggest it will go. So I'm just going to hit play.
Chris, Chris, last name's Proudfoot,
Turn it up the volume.
Proudfoot.
So, I mean, first, just as parents, tell me what the last now over a week has been like for you two.
Horrible beyond words. This was an experience that I would have never dreamed would come. Honestly, I can't put words to how hard this has been and how much it hurts not knowing where my son is, where he's at, if he's okay. Just horrible is the best thing I can say.
Well, I guess I could do this.
What about for you?
It's rough. I mean,
Hey, Lisa.
we were on day 11, no answers. And the horrible things that people say just keep rolling in, regardless of taking time to consider the facts and, assumptions is what they're going off of. But
Well, let's get real. We're just looking at hands.
for us, it's
not like you're
we
missing
sit here
out.
and we wait, and hopefully we'll get an answer, or hopefully he walks through our door, which would be amazing.
I was going to say, how badly do you both want Sebastian to just walk through that front door to get that call?
God, I hate those.
I'd give anything. In a heartbeat, I would give anything.
It's not measurable. Let's put it that way. There's no measurable. Anybody says, oh, it is. You've never sat in these shoes. You've never been in this situation. And I don't ever wish for people to be in this situation.
And what's Sebastian like? What's his personality like? What does he love to do?
He, for the most part, is happy. He likes to laugh and joke and tell you all about everything and then some. He loves games. He loves video games. He loves to play with his Legos. Even building things with me. We build little projects here and there, but he's always a character.
Are there any like weird tendencies that he has that might be able to help people find him in this search?
I don't know how helpful to finding him, but he fidgets constantly. He loves shiny pennies, paper clips. He's always like, whenever we go to the grocery store, he always looks on the ground and looks under the register counter, and he's always looking for shiny pennies everywhere. Paper clips. He loves to bend them out of shape and play with them, fidget with them. He loves playgrounds. I mean, we've said it before, he likes fishing and things like that, but
Cats. Boy loves cats.
he does. He loves cats. It's his favorite animal. I don't know. He's a good kid.
There are no leads, nothing caught on video. Your son has been missing for 11 days now. How does that make you feel as parents?
Happy lady. Seriously.
I mean, I don't have words to describe how I'm feeling right now. I mean, every day is harder than the last. I mean, we're out, we're looking, we're trying to make sure that everyone stays looking and doesn't let his face fall to the bottom of a feed or.
Okay, so I am going to stop it right there. I'm going to throw just a little bit of shade on the parents on this one. So they want everyone to keep looking for their child, even, okay? We know it's the stepdad and the mom, okay? What took them a week to get their asses in front of a camera? And why did they go to a YouTuber? No offense to Duchess at all. So the first place you're going to think to go is to a YouTuber, you know, when you want, you know, national news, to somebody that has 5.5, maybe a little bit more now. So again, no offense towards Duchess. This isn't a shade on this, but I just mean for the parents. So you go to a YouTuber that has 5.5K subscribers type of thing at the time, and you don't go to national media. It takes you a week to come out. And you just hope that people don't stop looking for your child. Your child. I'm sorry. As a parent, I can't accept in my head that my ass would not be glued to the media, talking to them at every chance I get, because that's my child. My child. That this part gets me to no end, you know, when people want you to look for their child, do all that work. But look, you know what? We're too emotional to go on to camera and talk about it. But we've already been on camera 2 times. First, Duchess, then that WSTR or whatever it was. But this time, we just want to show our hands because we're too emotional. Yet they're the least emotional in this interview. You know? So, anyways, that part just pisses me off. I'm sorry. You wait a week? and you want people to do the searching for your child and them speak for you in a sense.
Or get covered by some other nonsense. I mean, we just want our boy home.
Hi, Chaotic.
When you walked in Monday morning and didn't see Sebastian in his room, what was your gut reaction?
My very first reaction was, oh, he got up and got breakfast. But when I realized he actually wasn't in the house, I've never experienced sheer panic in the way that I did. And basically for every minute since that, not knowing where your child is a pain that I've never known pain like this before.
Will that be true?
And walk me through the events that happened, from Sunday leading up to Monday when you didn't see him that morning.
Okay, here we go.
Sunday, we were out and about. We had a really good day. We were out doing our thing, running around. We had dinner that evening. And when we came home, we had a pretty good evening together as well. He was playing right up until bedtime and then some. I let him stay up a little late. And when I told him to go to bed, he's like, I love you, Mom. I love you, puppies. And he went to bed. And I went to bed around midnight.
Okay, so let's stop it there, okay? Because remember, this is the third interview. So I'm trying to ask myself, are they trying to tell us less in this interview because they had said in the other previous two interviews that the police were going back further in time than the 12 to 6 type of thing, back further in time in the day? And as they stated in two other interviews, not to speak about it. Because I'll tell you, this video has the least amount of information to what they've already said. So let's talk about Sunday, or let's talk about Saturday. Saturday was a trip to Costco. Sunday was a trip to BJ's, which he, stepfather, had stated in the interview on the Duchess. So that wasn't said at all. Not only that, what else wasn't said in here was the phone conversation. The fact that he went to bed at 9 and about approximately 9:45 to 12 o'clock at night is when the stepdad, Chris, interjects himself in a sense, because the mom on the Duchess is seeming very, somber and very much in pain and hurt and whatever. And so he kept more or less speaking. But basically, when the mom was saying something, he's like, okay, basically, let's be transparent here. Just put that out there. So just so you know, on Sunday that I had a lengthy conversation basically with, Katie Proudfoot, his wife, from 9:45 till approximately 12 at night. On this particular one, they ain't saying shit about that. And then you see people in the comments going, how come you're not talking about it? Exactly. Like, I'm sorry, interviewer. I don't know if you just suck or if you just suck big time, because she's asking there's some stupid questions in here. Okay. I mean, so, how are you feeling? What would you feel like if you just walked in the door right now, type of thing? Okay. Honestly, not brainiac answers, right? Not brainiac answers, unless you're looking to watch emotions and stuff like that. But how about things like, okay, so what exact times Did the father head off to Memphis? What time exactly, she did say 9. Where did you go to eat? Like, why isn't she asking more questions like this? Like, how does a child lock a door downstairs? How do you even know he went out the front door? Because remember, there's no camera footage, right? And that dad and this family is controlling, in a sense, towards his stepson and her son, because they don't allow him access to the internet. Again, he's autistic, he's high functioning. They're saying that he's not a runner and stuff like that. But still, you expect a controlled house to definitely have cameras. Oh, hey, Charmaine. Hey, girl. Hey. What change in our world made parents think it's okay? Well, right? None. So it's kind of and I was saying this yesterday, and Charmaine can't argue with me because she's in chat. In what world does an autistic child, I'm sorry, sneak outside if he's going to? So let's just say the mom thinks he's gone to bed. Yeah. But he doesn't really go to bed. He sneaks on back somewhere else, goes out whichever door. But according to them, it's the front door and it was locked. Should we know how they know that? Considering there seems to be no camera footage, unless there is camera footage secretly hidden within the police there or something like that. But then they would know. So who's going to lock a door? What autistic teen is going to whip out a key in the middle of sneaking night to turn the freaking deadbolt? Which their house, like most houses, have a deadbolt. So first of all, how do we know he even went out that front door? What about all the other doors around the house? What about a window? Right? What about abduction? Perhaps. Like, there's no shoes that are missing. But it's just amazing to me how they say that this door is locked. And, okay, just common sense says no kid sneaking out of the house is going to go, you know what, let me just secure the house before I leave. Yeah, you good? You good, yeah. Dogs would be barking. You know those little yappy things that are in their house? Now, don't get me wrong, I love my pets, okay? But those little dogs are yappy, and we heard them barking in this interview. Those type of dogs, they hear a noise and blah, 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 right? So, just saying. Hey, girl, hey. But anyways, so I just want to point out, especially, well, all that stuff, to be honest with you. But what? They seem to just have glazed over Sunday. He didn't interject and say, well, don't forget about our phone call or anything like that. So it's almost like they're backing off of saying things, really, and that they're just making a presence. But anyways, let's play some more. We're at 6:45 and there's 14.
Everything seemed fine. And when I went to wake him up for school, that's when I couldn't find him. He wasn't in his room and he wasn't in the house. And that's when I panicked.
And when you panicked, what did you do?
First thing I did was call my husband. And I said, he's not here. My husband said, what do you mean he's not here? I said, he's not in the house. And he said, immediately just started, did you check here? Did you check there? Did you look here? And I ran through the house. And at that point, I was hysterical, for lack of a word.
See?
And
little yappy.
we three-wayed the police. And I'm within minutes they were here. I couldn't tell you exactly how long. I know it was fast. And we haven't found him.
When I got the phone call that he was missing, like she said, we asked questions like, where's he at? Check this, check that. And then we called the sheriff's department. I called the sheriff's department. I stayed on the phone pretty much most of the time. And then while I was at work, I asked for a relief, got a relief, got in my truck from Memphis and made my way to Nashville.
That makes sense.
And that was, I guess, Monday?
The morning that he was missing, yes.
I kind of feel what he's meaning by that is like after they called the police and whatever, like a 3-way phone call, is that basically he stayed on the phone with her because obviously she, like the mom's going to be panic stricken. Like I would force my husband to say, like, ain't no way you hanging up on me type of thing. So I think that's what he's meaning there. Just to maybe clarify that.
Okay. And so what was your reaction when you got that call from your wife that Sebastian was missing?
Initially, I was like, "Oh, he's goofing around again. Here we go. He's like hiding." And then when we talked about the places to check and he's not there, I was like, "Okay, stop."
Maybe
Instantly.
he went to see Elvis. And
Call
maybe
the police.
he missed it.
Instantly. I'm a black and white kind of guy.
And to your knowledge, he didn't take shoes with him, right? He locked the door on his way out. Or I guess, what are some of the things that you think he did as he left?
We checked for all of his shoes and none of them are missing.
Odd.
The door was locked.
And what was there some discrepancy as to what he was wearing when he went to bed, or what was he last seen wearing? What was he wearing to bed that night?
Yeah, what was he wearing?
When he went to bed, he was wearing black sweatpants with white stripes down the side. And he had on a black long sleeve black shirt with a print on the front. I'm pretty sure it was one of his
like Star Wars or Halloween or
Okay, let me just stop you there, Mr. Minecraft, that you're going to say next. So what was he wearing before he went to bed, obviously, right? How many days has it been since he's been missing? Sorry, but you don't think by now that in his room you would notice that the Star Wars shirt is there, that the Halloween shirt is there, perhaps he has the Minecraft on? You don't think by day 11 that you would know what shirts were still there, because that would still be in his bedroom, right? So I don't understand at this point how they don't know what shirt he had on, because you had all this time. It makes me wonder about the flashlight. Like, was the flashlight ever found? Because according to the mom, the flashlight was missing. So my thing is this: if he went upstairs and he went to bed, and this is what could have happened, is that he didn't go to bed. But so if he did go to bed, darn well there's going to be some pajamas or something out to show that he had those on and then snuck out later, right? Unless perhaps, like, while his mom was on the phone talking to the stepdad, and perhaps during that time, he sneaks out and then she goes to bed, locks the door, thinking that he's upstairs, and hence why the door is locked, right? I mean, those are things. I still don't believe that the parents are involved in this myself. I really don't. I just think that there's some definite oddities to this entire story that just don't make sense. No shoes. They know he went out the front door, and we can explain possibly the front door being locked, but how do they know? Because these people have cameras. They got a autistic son, and most average people have cameras nowadays, either outside or inside. This controlling stepdad, and I'm sorry to call you controlling, Christopher, but you do come off that way. Sounds like he's a take charge kind of guy, that he got cameras probably posted all around, somewhere on his property or inside, or motion sensors or something like that. I don't know. But anyways, but you would think by now that they would know after day 11, oh, look at that, the Star Wars shirts here. Oh, look at that, the Halloween shirts here. I know my kids' clothes. I knew my kids' clothes. I'm like, the mom's the one that buys them, No. All right.
Or even Minecraft.
Yeah.
Those are the three main things.
That's the three things that majority is on his clothes.
Yeah.
Ooh, black
So he
swan.
has his flavors.
Yeah.
And obviously you guys are going through the unimaginable, and then, getting a lot of like the kickback that you've seen on social media. I mean, how much worse has that made it for you two to go through something like this?
honestly, we stopped looking at it. There's a lot of terrible people in this world, and I don't want to waste energy on any of that. I want the focus on finding our son. The facts are the facts. I mean, the police know the facts, and
Miranda.
all I ask of anyone is, if they're able and willing, is to help find him, help spread his flyer, help look for him, call in if you know anything or see anything. But we just ask that people focus on finding Sebastian.
And he's never done anything like that before, right? Just kind of walked out of the house.
So why would he
He's
now,
not
right?
a runner.
But
This is not normal for him to run away. He's not a runner.
And any places, I guess, I know you guys have been told to stay in the house, right? Just in case he comes home.
We are doing what we've been asked to do by the law enforcement agencies and everybody involved. I am not going to divulge anything more than that.
Yeah. But what I'm trying to ask, I guess, next is, if you were to go out and search
Agencies and everybody,
right, just in case he
Let me hear that
comes
again.
home.
we are doing what we've been asked to do by the law enforcement agencies and everybody involved. I am not going to divulge anything more than that.
Yeah.
We're not
But
gonna
if
tell
you, what
about
I'm trying to ask,
Sunday.
I guess, next is, if you were to go out and search right now, if people want to help search, what types of places would you guys look at that he could maybe be at?
The river.
Anywhere and everywhere. At this point,
It's been 11 days. He could be anywhere.
yeah, they've searched the woods, they've searched parks, they've searched creeks, they've searched, at this point, anything and
I
everything.
think they missed him.
Anywhere that he
please
could
search.
be
I think
staying out of the weather or getting food, or,
they missed him.
I mean, honestly, at this point, he could genuinely be anywhere.
How hopeful are you two that he will come home?
I will never give up hope on finding my child.
How hopeful are you?
Optimism is at its highest,
Great.
regardless.
How hopeful?
Our son is out there. We're going to find him.
Stupid interviews.
And now just, I mean, publicly, like, obviously police are now investigating a landfill. People are speaking out about that. What are your thoughts about that?
Everybody has an opinion and their assumptions, and they are entitled to those. But as I've stated before, all we've asked people to do is to look at the facts, not what everybody's putting out there. If they have questions, call the law enforcement agencies, and they'll give you whatever they can give you. But the assumptions are just that. They are an assumption, your opinions. We pray for everybody, for hopefully this never happens to you. And if it ever does, then you'll understand. But I pray it doesn't.
And they're doing their job. They're looking everywhere they can
So
their goal is the same.
It's turned
We
into
just
a
want to
criminal.
find him.
If you could say something to Sebastian, if he's listening right now, what would you say to him?
I would say that we love you and we miss you and we want you to come home. And just know that we all care about you so much.
Thank you for showing us your
You're not in
hand.
trouble. That door's unlocked and waiting for you to come home. Your puppies miss you. Your family misses you. I miss you. Just come home.
Anything else that you two want to add or clear up or anything like that?
Yeah, I just like to clear up that I use palm olive for my hands.
Okay.
Just help us find our son.
I get so irritated a little bit. I shouldn't be for that. I shouldn't be because I mean I get it. Like I said, I don't think that they have anything involved. I just get pissed off when here's our hands. We don't want to show our faces now. We already showed them 2 times already. We're not doing this because we're too emotional. I don't know. Just like I said, it's your child. It's your child. You know, get your face to the forefront. It's your child. Anyway, so let's go to, okay. So just to quickly show you this, right? Well, actually, so again, let's just take a quick boo at this one, the video. We'll take a quick look inside the home where they live. Like this is when somebody else owned it, like the Lintons or something like that. But let's just take a quick look at this again, right? You guys can get the bird's eye view of where some windows are, where the front door is, and how it looks in comparison to where the living room is. Yeah, he's a deputy sheriff there of Davidson. See the front doors right there. See that? Living room's here. Front door is right in front of there. There's a couple other doors there. Your garage door, you know, probably pantry door. I wonder what floor his bedroom was on. Like, this seems like a, what do you want to call it? I don't know. Seems like one floor and then an attic-y floor. That must be upstairs because you can, if you look out the windows, you'd have to go down, I think. Well, maybe that's at the, well, that's at the bottom. See, these stairs go up to here, this big attic room. She was getting tired. Yeah. You know, this is the back. There's a screen door. There's, you know, basically big open doors. This is the backyard. Okay, so that's that. Now, oh, hello. A little too close and personal. I'm going to have to back myself up. Even that's too big. Let's go there. All right, then. Okay, so let's go to what I wanted to show you guys. Where is it? I got a lot of tabs open. Let me just find which I'm looking for this one here. Find you. And that should be first now. Okay, so this is Hendersonville. Okay, guys, hold on. Let me make it bigger for you guys. Let me just see what you guys are all saying there first. Right, so I answered that one. Mystery, glad you stopped by. Yes, Elizabeth, I tried for days not to look at them side-eyed, but after the bio dad's phone interview, yeah, the bio dad's phone interview, he doesn't give the same warm feeling vibes like Christopher there was trying to play off, does he? Was this, you know, maybe it's because of his cop personality, who knows? I'm starting vid from the beginning. If my comments seem off, okay. Thanks, Amanda. Anyway, thanks for joining us, Amanda. All Sunday is very vague, not a lot of details. Right, we know he went to BJ's, but it almost sounds like that they had dinner somewhere else. They could have had it at BJ's, if BJ's is like a Costco, but it almost came across like we did some errands and then we went out to dinner, you know, and then came home, you know, we had a good night. He went to bed at 9, played with the dogs, you know, blah, blah, blah. Right. And you know what? And maybe, you know, like the thing is that the reason why they said they didn't be on camera is because it's too emotional. Well, they were way more emotional when they were on camera. So, I mean, I can see where, you know, like each day is rolling into another. And, you know, your first days are absolutely panic. And then after that, you know, like everyone goes through certain steps. So I can understand that. But again, my thing is this: it's your kid, get your face out there, right? There's no excuse. It's your kid. Get your face out there. It's not up to other people to do the job for you. It's up to you to sit there and go to, you want the press? You want people to help? Put your asses on freaking the camera, okay? It's your kid. It's nobody else's kid. It's yours. That doesn't, you can hear the pain. Yeah. Again, I'm not, you know, I have a few things that I'm not liking how the parents have handled situations in this end here, but I'm not feeling like that they're involved myself. I think that they're genuine. The stepdad is more of a take control type of guy. Anyway, so we're in Hendersonville here, and let me go to the mapping here. So this is the Tennessee S Offenders Registry, okay? So this is, I wanted to give you guys, for instance, this is, okay, right here, Stratford Court. This is the home here. So if we pull it back a bit, we can kind of see that there's a couple of SUL offenders like right here. So it's going to highlight, is it this one? Hold on, get on there. Come on now. You were doing it before. Okay. How come it's not doing it? Hold on. I'm not clear. Oh, okay, hold on. Okay, it was working just fine before, people. What is my issue? Every time I clicked on it before, it would just kind of bring up. Okay, let's go over here. You gonna do anything? No. I don't know why this hand's not working all of a sudden. Anyways, whatever. Only because I did this yesterday. I don't know why it's not clicking. Hold on. Is it because of you? No, that's just clear. If I do it now, will it show? Okay, before though, it was like clicking on it. If I clicked here, oh, there we go. Yeah, about time you started getting working. So this guy is active on 1109 Stirlingshire Drive. Stirlingshire Drive, right? Now that's about an hour if you were to walk it. And it's about, whatever, 7 minutes to drive there. This one right here, don't you love this one right here, though? This POS lives on Hurt Road. What? How ironic is that? Okay. Hey, dude, why are you backing off? Okay, this thing is not liking me too much today, because when I was on my iPad, you were working. Oh, there we go. I see. I'm understanding you now. So now this guy, James Richard Lyon, he lives on 256 Hurt Road. Now, car ride from the home of Sebastian, 5 minutes, 35-minute walk. Okay. So I'm just trying to give you guys a rough idea of, in this Henderson area, there's 42 people basically that are on the S Offenders Registry list. So I just wanted to let you know. Map route to stepdad's work. Don't know where the work is. It's in Memphis, though. I mean, I can't do it on here. This is a Tennessee thing. Let me just read what it says. Yes. I don't think Mom did anything, but stepdad, my gut is saying yes. You might be right up Aspen Connors Lane. Mods and everyone in chat. Oh, welcome. Dad had said he likes creeks and fishing. How many creeks and ponds are within 5 miles? Well, I think we can tell kind of by this map, right? I mean, here, let me just actually go back to it. So if Shackle Island's here, right, there is this obviously river that follows the New Hope Road. This is the home right here. So, I mean, you have some water right there, which is, not too great of a distance. You got this whole river thing that's running along this New Hope Road. And so besides that, then you start having, looks like a dragon. Does not look like a dragon. It's like a dragon with like crocodile legs or something. A big tongue sticking out of it. Anyways, so really it looks like, for the most part, besides swimming pools in people's yards, this looks like some water, the pond of water over here. And then, like I said, like this this creek, this river, creek, or whatever they want to call it, you know. So not a ton of water. I think more pools. Yeah. You know, there's some more water up in this section. Okay, you know what? Let me come back out of here. Gotta find myself. Okay. That was just to give you sinkholes. I know around where we have sinkholes, a lady went missing and found her in the weeks later after searching the area, considering where he lived. Could that be? I mean, honestly, we don't know. Anything's possible. Hey, gaming. Okay. I'm gonna stop playing this. Oh, and then I'm up close and personal again. Okay, so now I'm going to play the case. Okay. I'm gonna play the case that's similar to this one. Thank you, Louis. Hi, Boston Christian. Okay, look at his face. Let's just admire that face. It's face only a mother could love. Okay, so let's play this one, guys.
Word gets out that Kiren Carter's body has been found. A lot of people coming up here onto this berm behind the hotel where he was staying just 2 weeks ago for a big family engagement. That one ending in tragedy when Kiren Carter was found in the water of the Little Calumet River, just about 300 yards to the west of where I'm standing. And in the midst of this tragedy, unbelievable grace from his family.
She walked these trails. We walked so many, and we can't thank the volunteers enough who came out here day and night calling out Kiren.
Grieving family members remain at the hotel by the Little Calumet River, where 12-year-old Kiren Carter's body was found about 8:15 last night.
And literally out in the middle of the river, lowered the drone right over the body, put a spotlight on the body, and it was evident that there was a body in the Little Calumet River.
Police say surveillance video from the hotel and surrounding businesses showed the 12-year-old, who was on the autism spectrum, sprinting to the river back on May 15th. His family caught him the first time, but not the second. After a 10-day search that involved helicopters, submersible robotic cameras, and divers checking out leads in water so murky one's hand could not be seen, a determined kayaker finally spotted what looked like a body last night.
I have a 15-year-old daughter, and I looked at it. If that was her out there, I would want a guy out there like me that would give effort and go out there and look for him and bring him back home.
Local authorities had managed to temporarily dam the river starting last Friday, allowing water levels to drop.
It hit me so fast. When I looked down and seen that it was him, it hurt me. I was crying before I even got back to the land.
Though our hearts are heavy right now, our spirits is uplifted from the outpouring support that everyone from as far as our minds can even imagine. We can't thank enough.
And we're back live. You're looking at the far shore of the Little Calumet River. You can see those lines there. Those are the high water marks from where the river was before when they first started looking for Kiren Carter to where the river has dropped now, thus allowing his body to actually be found. We can tell you that the family is going to stay in this area for a little while longer. They're obviously going to make arrangements to take Kiren back to Kansas City, Missouri, to be with the rest of his family when he is laid to rest. Judy.
Anyways, what a great individual. What a great, you know, and you know what the thing is that he was being very humble pie, and he's like, you know, I would basically like myself out here searching, helping this family if this was my child, you know, and he's after 10 days. Yeah. And then, so like I said, there's a river that runs, you know, along that, whatever road it was that I said, what was that road called? That's, now I lost my spot on the fenders thing. Yeah. Now I can't find it. Now I'll have to go back. Dear, I just kind of lost my spot. Whatever. Where was that water? not sure what that lake is called or creek is called or whatever they call it. Anyways, I'll have to go back and look at that. I can sit there for 20 minutes looking at that stupid map and going, come on, like you're right around here. I seen where Shackle, whatever was, Stafford Road there. But anyways, I mean, I can easily go to Google Earth as well. But same thing, autistic. Went for the water. And I was reading about autism yesterday as well, and playgrounds, train stations, the things that we've heard, water. That there was this boy who, I think it was it in this article actually. So there's this boy who went outside, the mom said, to take the dog for a pee, right? Well, she was making dinner. And then he never came back inside. And he walked a couple miles down the road with the dog to go show someone that he knew the dog. And they had no idea until an Amber Alert came out for the child that the person's house he was at with the dog didn't even know that he was missing, until the Amber Alert came out. But all this, I mean, this kid with autism just went out, take the dog to pee, and then just goes on a walkabout for a couple miles. I don't know. Like, this is what's so perplexing. How do we know it's the front door? And it's so, right? And what happened that they can say that door was locked? Again, was it reversed? Did he sneak out? If he snuck out, did he sneak out? When the mom was in the living room, even though that living room, well, the way that they had that was like, remember, that's like a staged home. Somebody's moving out, so they're making it all look whatever. So however they had their furniture, could be completely different. But you saw in the home, the virtual tour there, that there's kind of like open wall here, open wall there. There's a front door. There's a deadbolt. Like I said, no kid is going to sit there and go sneak out of a home without their shoes. And then let me just make sure that door's locked just so I can lock myself out, right? I'm pretty sure that autistic kid, meaning Sebastian Rogers, that they're not like, here you go, here's a key. You kidding? You'd be taking that key away, type of thing. Maybe strap one to his knapsack, perhaps, but I can't get by the fact that they're of all those. Like, I would like to know where his bedroom was. Like, was his bedroom that attic one, or was it on the main floor? Is it one of those ones? Like, why the front door? You would think that they would have to have information that we don't know about in order to say the front door. But then if they did, they would be showing us camera footage of him leaving the house. But the bottom line is that they don't. And this is why I think that they really don't have shit to go on. And so that they're now turning it into a criminal investigation, because if we've done all this searching and we can't find him anywhere, well, then maybe some foul play is involved, right? Now, remember, the parents said that they're not allowed to, supposed to say anything to the public about what they were going back for, what information they were going back for earlier that day. I'm sure that those parents wouldn't be able to say that in a sense unless they kind of knew what the police LE or whatever you call it, sheriff's office, was doing. They probably had some sort of knowledge of what was going on. You know darn well that every ounce of their phones have been pinged, traced, exactly where they were, etc., etc., etc. So to me, if it's one of those things, like I said, they would have all that data. So it's not like they can hide from that data. He says he's in Memphis. He was there the morning of. She finds him missing. And the reason why she says 12 to 6 is because that's when she went to bed. And she just, let's just say, assumed that he was in bed. But it's not like she checked on him. She was tired, let the dogs out, And that's maybe when who knows, like usually you would put your dogs out back, instead of the front, but who knows, let the dogs out. So then did she lock the door then? When they say the door's locked, but that still wouldn't make sense. It'd be odd that they were like, the door's locked. Well, yeah, because I locked it type of thing. Was the slider locked? Well, that's just it. But they're saying the front door. And so my question is, well, where's his bedroom? You would think about the t-shirts that they would know by now. If he did truly go to sleep, there should be evidence that he was going to put some pajamas on or something. That would be normal for a teen. But anyways, so those are things that seem weird. Do they seem weird? Do they seem sus? Yeah, kind of. But do I think that the parents were involved? No. I think the kid has been looked over myself. I think Sebastian is no longer with us. And I want to pray and hope that, trust me, I want some freaking 80-year-old granny to have him in her basement or something like that. Because it's very worrisome. I'm still not totally convinced that he's not alive, but it doesn't look good. And it wouldn't surprise me if they missed him, to be honest with you. It just wouldn't surprise me if they've missed him somewhere and that he's not with us anymore. I mean, it's either that they missed him, to me, okay? You guys can have your own conclusions. This is me. It's like they missed him somewhere, which is, trust me, he's got to go back to many cases where they've done all this searching. And look at the one that we just watched, right? It was a kayaker that found the child. It wasn't the police. It wasn't the drones. It wasn't the heat sonar going off. It was this kayaker that came across him. And that's what happens many, many times, is that at some point, maybe a hunter in the woods will come across him, or some person that's going down that creek or whatever will, see some body floating, stuff like that. Like, look at Nicola Bully case, right? All the stuff at your disposal, but yet they didn't find her. A psychic medium found her, floating about a little over a quarter of a mile. She was found about a mile, so it was a quarter before that mile, whatever that is, so 3/4, and she was, drifting until she got caught up in the side brush, in a sense, because he had been following her, because she obviously was down in the water and then had popped up. And so, right, and that's hence why he found her. But that was like 3 weeks later. But it wasn't because they found her with all the equipment that they have. So it's still very likely that he's just been missed. I mean, we're on day 12. This is day 12. Okay, so let's see here. Sounds like they just want it to fade away. Is that what you're feeling, Joan? Doesn't sound like they're talking about their own son. Very flat. Well, this one was. The other two weren't so much. I just think that you can tell by Sundays, like I said, this third interview on Facebook, that was the least, first of all, expression. They had the least amount of expression and the least amount of information. They didn't talk about the flashlight. They didn't and her questions, go get a new job, Caitlin, at Fox 17 News, because the questions you asked, there could have been so many better questions than what she came up with to ask. I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't be judgmental, but I am sometimes. And I get pissed off when I see these questions that are so stupid. So how do you feel about your son missing? You feeling in pain? Yes, bitch. Why don't you ask things about the timeline? Everything should have been geared about, okay, so on Sunday, you said you went out to do some whatever, so did you, what stores did you stop at? Where did you have dinner? And what time did you get back home? All those type of questions. How do you know it was the front door? Have the police check the registry or whatever? Have you checked the registry to see, There was just so many more questions. So I'm being judgmental here, but don't you get frustrated where you're listening to these and you're like, why didn't you ask this? Why didn't you ask that? This is your opportunity. You might not get it again. Like, why aren't you asking these questions in a sensitive way? Don't get me wrong. Autocorrect hates you. That's good. I know, hates me too. I'd be hysterical by the 11th. Oh, I would be. First few days, you're definitely scared, anxiety, fear. Everything. But by the 11th day, so meaning you're hopeful, right? You're still thinking that you're going to come in that door any minute. By the 11th day, I know as a mother, the chances of my child being alive now are very slim, very, very slim, and it's going to take a miracle. And the thing is that it's not like this is a teenager where you're like, okay, he just ran away, like a typical teenager can do, right? And most of those ones are found and come back home. This is a 15-year-old that doesn't have the brain capacity of a 15-year-old, he's more like a childlike. So might be very smart in a lot of ways and but he's very childlike still, he's not the kid that you're going to leave by himself, so there's a huge difference there between teens that are just, normal and run away, because most of those do return. Yeah, Jason Rothwell is a liar and a fraud. Darren, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure you're pretty much on the opposite side of everything I say. I don't think he's a fraud at all, to be honest with you. Nah, I didn't feel that. Psychic medium says Sebastian was tossed off a bridge. What psychic medium? I listened. I fell asleep twice now to Psychic Sleuth, which is Rochelle. So I'm not sure if that's who you're talking about or somebody else. Tossed off a bridge. Feels a lot like John Bonet. Is that what you're getting? My son is autistic and this hits so hard for me. I'm sure it does, Amanda. I'm sure it does. Is he a high functioning autistic child as well? But of course, right? For anyone that has a child, like I said, or even if it's not autistic, any parent being put in this situation that say has nothing to do with it, besides the child's, kind of like when the mom was speaking there, Katie, to a parent, that is the deepest pain you could possibly ever imagine. My heart goes out, to those, any parent that has to suffer that type of pain, because that is probably one of the top worst pains you could ever feel on there. Hi, Florida. His favorite color is not helpful. Tell us about him and his level of functioning. Yeah, by the way, it's green. Don't forget the green hearts. Yeah, like I just feel like there was a lot of missed opportunity so far. The most information we got, to be honest with you, was on when they did an interview on Duchess channel. So for any of you that haven't listened to that, just go ahead and watch that one. And that's the most information, because pretty much everything that they said on the other interview, the second one on the WS whatever, is the same stuff pretty much. But the Duchess one has where they said extra stuff, and the Facebook one, 11, it would have been what, like 9 days later, was the least amount of information. But I think that was on purpose. They totally flew by Sunday, where that's why people that only seen that one would go, well, why didn't they say where he was on Sunday? Well, they did in a different interview, but they only said about BJ's, so that's why I was thinking, okay, so when they said dinner, did they sit down like Costco? Because Costco, BJ's is whatever, and it's new, and it's 14 minutes away. And, but like I said, so the mom never exactly said. I was just kind of going off by what she was saying, that perhaps they had dinner at BJ's, like a Costco, where you have your hot dog and fries, perhaps. But even then, it's like, why didn't she ask? Was she told not to ask these questions? I don't know. Like, it would seem odd. Like I said, the whole point is you're trying to find your darn child. So the more information available to the public, obviously, the better, right? Especially when, and I'm talking about before it's a criminal investigation. Like, the public should be there for them pretty much to know everything that's going on and what they're doing so that they can get assistance or whatever, from people's help. Like, it's not like a one-man army there. You got a freaking whole internet out there that can spread and help. You know what I mean? It's like a teamwork. Psychic mediums are frauds. Use your common sense. Darren, you take that back before I come smack you over in England over there. That's not true. That's not true. All I'm seeing, Darren, which he's our little shitster, by the way, is this dark cloud over in the United Kingdom just hovering above you right now. That's what I'm seeing. So y'all behind on the video, so my comments may seem off. Oh, yeah, it's all good. Jason Rothrow was talked into turning up. I'm not buying it. Oh, I'm not buying that conspiracy theory. You can. I'm not. Adam and same. Lied about the timeline for work alibi. Lied about timeline for work alibi, possibly. It's all going to be on. It's all going to be on his phones and I'm pretty sure like that. Dad, they got the house. He's going to have GPS on his truck too. I don't see it myself. You're allowed to have an opinion like the rest of us. Don't be rude. You're not telling me not to be rude, are you? Talking to somebody else, I'm assuming. Unless you're telling me not to be rude. Mom chose stepdad. That would be a first, wouldn't it? On there. Okay, so let's see. Yeah. You know how you have certain expectations? Darren knows he's the opposite. Yeah. I disagree. I think that there's definitely fraudulence out there, and I know that there's definitely some good ones out there from my own experience. Okay, so let me see here. I'm just trying to see now if there's anything at all else that I wanted to show for Sebastian. The dad's, no. I think for Sebastian, I think we're good. Hey, Darren, be nice. Be nice. Okay? Yeah. He's trying to get disrespectful. I just want to know if he never did this before. And he hates bugs. What the hell could have gone? Well, that's exactly it, Amanda. And that's, like I said, just one of those questions. There's so much. He's supposed to be sleeping to get up for the night to grab. On there. Yeah, well, all I'm saying is we don't put up with chatter. So, Darren, please mind yourself. Don't be disrespectful, okay? There's a difference between having an opinion and then a difference just from being rude. What time did he go to bed? 9 o'clock. Mom said she went to bed at midnight, 9 o'clock. And the father and the dad were talking on the phone, according to the father. Darren, I'll put you on a freaking timeout myself if you don't stop. Okay? You don't you've made your point that you don't like mediums and stuff like that. Okay? So I don't know if someone pissed in your cornflakes today, or if somebody's going to piss in your cornflakes today. I might piss in your cornflakes today. Anyways, just tone it down, please, or else you know where the door is. A medium told me things she has no way of knowing that they were not Googleable anywhere. Explain it to me then. Medium told me things. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, absolutely. Gaming sleuthing. Yeah. Okay. Gonna stick you in a timeout there, Darren. Enjoy that timeout, dude. Not gonna put up with that today. No, I don't mind someone being joking and a smart ass to a point. But now you're just being ignorant. Cards are calling by. Yeah. I mean, hey, if somebody wants to be closed-minded, that's fine. Hey, each to their own. But there's no need to keep going on about it in chat and, being rude. So whatever, right? We don't put up with trolls in here, just saying. So he's got to turn out. Now, Darren is a regular in here. He's from the United Kingdom. I usually put up with his joking around, but he's usually, I had to basically do this to him before, like last year. Basically, freaking, give him a good boot there, tell him to smarten up. And so he's been behaved, but today seems to be being quite the jerk today, to be honest with you. And no, it's not worth engaging, but he was starting to get on my nerves too. Yeah. Okay, so let's go over to Madeline Soto. I got about 15 different tabs open. My husband cringes. He looks at my iPad this morning and goes, why do you have 34 tabs open? Don't worry about it, husband. I use them all. But anyways, I wonder why my iPad crashes on me sometimes. Okay, so what do I want to do first? Okay, I think I want to go to this first on Twitter. So this came out today. And if you guys are watching, if you guys could, don't forget to hit that like button and share if you could. Again, it's really important, especially when there's stories that you just want to spread out there, okay? Sure, yeah, obviously you want it to go out to the algorithm, but that's the whole point. So it hits the algorithm. A lot of other people see it. You know how it works, guys. It's like a ripple effect. Okay, so... my cat Bambi's in the room. If you guys hear meowing for a second. So this is by Spectrum News. And I'm just going to make it bigger. And this is about Jen Soto.
Anything can happen before. We may be able to get some additional video where she's on it. They're probably not finished. Anything can happen before. We may be able to get some additional video where she's on it. They're probably not finished getting all of the information. They just have enough to secure the probable cause for arrest. Additionally, multiple statements under oath. There's a perjury charge. So there's different things that can happen along the way. Did she know something? Is she going to eventually confess to something? Is she contributing to what occurred? Her dishonesty, if able to be proven, can be enough even while the other investigation is pending, and then the rest of it adding on.
Okay, one more time.
We may be able to get some additional video where she's on it. They're probably not finished getting all of the information. They just have enough to secure the probable cause for arrest. Additionally, multiple statements under oath. There's a perjury charge. So there's different things that can happen along the way. Did she know something? Is she going to eventually confess to something? Is she contributing to what occurred? Her dishonesty, if able to be proven, can be enough even while the other investigation is pending.
Yeah. Okay. So, close and personal again. Okay, Bambi, I'll let you out in a second. Cat's meowing there. Okay. So, while I let my cat out, I'm just gonna play a clip from part of Court TV again. Like inconsistencies, and just in chat again quickly, guys, who's ever feels like putting it down. One, if you think that let's just do this simple. One, if you think the mother's going to be charged, meaning Jennifer Soto, or two if you don't. So one if you do, two if you don't. And while you're doing that, I'm going to hit present, and we're going to go over to this. And again, this is on Court TV, and it's like Jen Soto's inconsistencies. Okay, so let me turn up the volume, first of all, and hit play.
States that Jen told deputies her partner, Stephen Stearns, dropped Madeline off at Hunters Creek Middle School on the morning of February 26th. When interviewed by WFTV on February 27th, Jen says Stephen Stearns dropped Madeline off near the school. What about that drive? Was that drive made? Where's he driving that morning? And is there any evidence of him being anywhere near the school that day?
Well, first of all, Vinny, thanks for having me on. If you look closely at that map, first of all, something I want to say about that neighborhood is if you notice right there on Town Loop Boulevard, the church and the school are separated by State Road 417, which is a elevated toll road. So to say that they're really near the school, you can't see the school from the church. So there's that. And then we do have the inconsistency of, in the affidavit, the mention is that Stephen dropped her off. And then we hear from the mom that we dropped her off. So that's something that we're trying to confirm right now. I did speak informally with a member of Kissimmee Police Department on, let's see, today's third, on Tuesday night. They're now the lead agency in the investigation. I was there for an unrelated event. And I asked about any investigation that's currently going on in the mother. To tell you how tight this investigation is right now, all I was told, and I'm paraphrasing here, was that we have a focused investigation going on in order to present an airtight case to the state attorney's office. That's all the Kissimmee Police Department is saying right now.
And you need that airtight case. I mean, Shannon knows I spent a lot of time down there in Central Florida. Was it more than a decade ago? And we thought that case was airtight. All right, Shannon, here's another contradiction I'm seeing. In her interview with WFTV, Jen says, and this is what Ken just said, we dropped Madeline off for school. In the same interview, Jen says her partner, Stephen Stearns, dropped Madeline off for school. What do you make of that contradiction, the we versus like, oh no, he did it?
Well, I think at first when she told that story before we know what we know now, we just thought it was one of those conversations where you have, you know, you and your husband, you're like, oh, we dropped her off at school at 8 o'clock. But then when that affidavit came out and an initial report that says something completely different about when she last saw her daughter, we started to go back to that interview and listen to it again. She told us twice in that interview that we dropped her off at school. And then she says, well, I didn't drop her off. My partner dropped her off. That's another thing. She calls him a partner. We've heard it's the stepdad. We've heard it's the boyfriend. Also, that's unclear about that relationship too. So we know she wasn't dropped off near her school or at school because the video evidence that the deputies have and police now have, that doesn't add up. It was nowhere near the school.
Next contradiction. Told WFTV that Madeline was spotted on camera in the church parking lot walking towards the school around 9 a.m. on February 26th. And this is what Shannon's saying. Police say video evidence leads them to believe Madeline was already deceased 8:19 a.m. on February 26th when video footage shows Stephen Stearns' car at their apartment complex and Madeline's body is visible. Ken, this was the part of that interview that confused me the most because she's referencing something about being on camera at 9 a.m. That's impossible. Do we even know if there is surveillance video at that church?
Well, we know that there is surveillance camera at the church, but we don't have, we don't, at 9 o'clock, we don't have her on that. Now, something else that we're trying to confirm right now is that we're trying to confirm, part of the affidavit was that they have it on camera that Stefan dumped some of Madeline's items, the backpack and the laptop, in a dumpster. What we're trying to confirm now is if they were found in the apartment complex where Stearns' address is listed on one of the charging affidavits. Now, that's on the west, about the northwest side of Kissimmee. Unfortunately, it's a gated community, so it's not like we can all just head on in there and look for ourselves. But they have not been able to confirm, and at least we have not been able to confirm that that's the dumpster. But that would have been a full, because I know my daughter's in 9th grade, so she just got out of middle school. So I know middle school goes in around 9 o'clock, a little after 9 o'clock. The timing from the affidavit says that they saw the car about 7:45. It dumped the items in the dumpster, and then at 8:19 they was found on camera again with what they think is Madeline inside the car. They believe that at least the Orange County investigators believe that she was already dead. So there's a lot of things in here that aren't adding up that we're hoping will come clear once the investigation is revealed by Kissimmee Police.
Another contradiction, Shannon. Ready? Here we go. According to a WFTV report, Jen Soto told deputies she last saw her daughter 8 a.m. on Monday, February 26, getting dressed before school. But she also told you guys in an interview she last spoke to her daughter on Sunday, February 25th. So to me, this is the biggest mystery that I have. Where's mom in the morning? Who's in the house? When could this have happened? Where was the party? What time was the party? Where was mom? Did mom speak to her in person? Did she speak to her on the phone? Any clarity on any of this, Shannon?
Well, we know that her mom said that she was not at the party, and I think folks at that party confirmed that she was not there. She somehow was back in that apartment, and not for the mom to say that she had that long conversation with her about how excited she was about the party, how she liked her gifts. We have video of that birthday party. We know that the little girl did celebrate her birthday, but once she got home, that's the problem that we're having. Did you say goodnight to your daughter as you told us originally, and then someone told you that he took her to school? Because then in the affidavit or the incident report, the first responding deputies, when they talked to her, she said she saw her get dressed for school. Then she saw Stephen Stearns drive her then to school around 8:30. But remember that video evidence at 8:19, according to the sheriff's office, shows that she was likely already deceased. So if she saw her get ready at 8 and then said he took her at 8:30, it's not possible if you look at the evidence that those deputies pulled from the apartment complex. They believe at 7:35, when her backpack was dumped in that dumpster, she was likely dead then. In fact, one of the reports, it says that Stephen Stearns said that he saw her in that parking lot actually open her book bag and was digging for something. And he said, I thought it was her headphones because she was always looking for her headphones. That was the same backpack that detectives say he threw in the dumpster at 7:35 in the morning. There is video at that church parking lot, but they've never said that's actually her. They had some conversation with them early on, and they've held on to that story that she was in that church parking lot. But no one has ever said that was actually her. It was grainy video, but detectives do not believe that was her, seeing as how at 8:19
she's dead.
They believed she was dead.
This is, I know investigators know so much more than we do, right? They're holding back, they're putting together, as you described, that airtight case that is necessary to prove a case beyond a reasonable doubt. But this is just, it's not adding up. Like, it's not adding up. What she is saying and what he is saying and what he is doing and the way her story has vacillated a little, something strikes me that is just wrong here. Ken, any indication when they say investigating? Because no one's been charged in the murder, right? No one's been implicated in what happened to this girl in terms of being either, abducted or killed or wherever that happened. Is mom part of the subject of that investigation?
Yes.
Well, like I said, KPD was pretty tight-lipped when I talked to him on Tuesday, but I have to believe that she's the only person who is around for this who isn't currently incarcerated. Currently, we still do not have murder charges in the case. We only have the sexual battery and the possession of child pornography charges against Stephen. But like I said, I mined for information on that the other day, and while I wasn't told that per se, I have to believe that she is part of this investigation simply because, like I said, she's not in jail. Stephen is. this is going to be a very interesting investigation when it comes out. I'm gonna tell you that.
All right, Shannon, as we sit here tonight, what's the question on the top of your mind that you want to be able to uncover the answer to? Like, what is the one thing that is really sticking in your head tonight about what happened to Madeline?
What her mother knew before her death in those 2 years where detectives say she was being abused by her boyfriend, what the mom knew then and what the mom knew in those final hours. There's a lot of question there. There's a lot of different stories. I think investigators are still trying to piece together. We're still trying to piece that together. I think until we know that, because remember, there's two separate investigations going on here, what happened before and what happened leading up to it and after. I think that they will look at the mom on both of those things. We still don't know what happened in those final hours or the hours just after Madeline was reported missing. And we don't know what the mom knew, if anything, about the 2 years, maybe even more, that her daughter was allegedly being abused.
And how about you, Ken?
Well, what I want to know is, so the investigation includes that the sexual abuse that was on Stephen's phone occurred in 2022, when now the affidavit redacts the name of the victim, but it lists the date of birth and it matches Madeline's. Okay, so if it happened in 2022, number one, she was younger than 12 years old, and can we say for sure that it occurred consistently ever since 2022? So for the last 2 years. And if so, what I want to know is the mom coming from a position of being fearful as well? Like we said, like Shannon said, what did she know and when did she know it? Was she covering for Stephen? I mean, these are things that, as a parent of a 15-year-old myself, I really want us to get to the bottom of.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, both of
I'm gonna have to not let you see Vinny anymore. James Allen, thank you for subscribing. Okay, so I want to quickly show you that. No, that's not the one. This. Okay, so Plunder, if you've not heard of Plunder, and I'll drop the video here. So Plunder has like the grandma, which is Jennifer Soto's mom. It's in Spanish, so but anyways, go watch Plunder. So the grandma is basically saying like that she was like afraid to sleep alone, meaning Madeline. So then there was that posting, which I could show you now. I might in a minute. Remember, there's this posting by someone where that says I talked to the aunt or worked with the aunt, and she says that Madeline basically slept in the bed, together with them, which would kind of coincide with, again, what the grandma was saying is that she didn't like to sleep alone. But anyways, go listen to that on Plunder. I just, in this particular case, like sometimes I've used Plunder stuff and I'm sure she wouldn't mind, but you know what, go watch it yourself. It's a 14-minute video that she has. Plunder always has a bunch of information packed into a video, which is great when she does, because like I said, instead of writing something out, a lot of it's compacted into that video. What was I going to do? I was going to do something. Oh, right. Okay. All right. So let me just find it. I want this one first. Because this seems, I don't know why. Like, why is this one seeming to get overlooked here? And I'm not understanding this part. So okay, it's still pissing me off that I cannot find the one, even though I got it from the news channel thing, but it's still ticking me off that I can't find the one that has the mom saying at 8 o'clock or whatever. I mean, I have it only because of the news, but yet I can't seem to find it. It was the Orange County incident report one, But anyways, wait, I asked the docket. Did he ever get back to me? I'll have to take a look. But anyways, let me just make this one a little bit bigger again. Boom, boom, boom. There you guys go. Yeah, can you see it? Can you see it? There we go. Okay. So this is the part that's confusing me. Okay. So a license plate reader captured Stephen's vehicle with Florida tag, blah, 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 driving away from the school at 8:10 hours, right? So it's not at nighttime. It's obviously during the day. So why is it that besides here, why is it that I don't seem to see anyone talking about that time? Is it just me? Because I keep seeing about the 8:19 and the handbag and 8 o'clock and 8:40 and blah, 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 but I'm not seeing where, like here, it says about that they saw his vehicle because of his Florida tag number driving away from the school. Now, this is at 8:10. So let's say he does, right? So let's say 8:10, right? 8:19, she's dead in the vehicle and he's driving around with her like freaking Weekend at Bernie's, sicko, driving back to the complex. But of course, right, at 7:35, like I said, he's already disposing of this knapsack. So the mom says, can you come pick up Madeline? I'm tired from work. It was her birthday party. She was working, so she didn't make it. The last time she's seen her, of course, the first time, woohoo, seen her at nighttime. That was the last time I seen her. After a birthday party, she was, showing me her gifts and blah, blah, blah that she got, right? So the mom has called Stephen to right here. The mother advised her daughter's stepfather, Stephen Stearns. Now it's the stepfather, right? It's not the boyfriend here. Stepfather, all of a sudden, pick her up from home and drop her off at school. Right. So he had to come there to drop her off. So what do you mean, Mom, at 8 o'clock? Because obviously, if he has her knapsack and that at 7:35, is the mom sleeping? But it's just, she's so inconsistent. You guys know if it sounds wrong to the ear, my grandma, okay? Grandma, rest her soul up there, but grandma always said, if it doesn't sound right to the ear, it's because it's not true. There's something wrong, right? It's definitely a red flag. Everything about what Jen Soto is saying doesn't sound right to the ear. 2 years, pretty much, this child has been abused. There's obviously something, whether it was through pregnancy, whether it was through she was going to tell somebody. There's something. There's a reason, was she going to tell on her mom and, Stephen Stearns? And, they had to get rid of her type of thing because, then they'd be freaking going to prison for sure and stuff like that. So those are just thoughts that are going through my personal head because there's something that obviously tilted that scale where he felt that he needed to take her life or that they needed to take her life. Okay, Sonny, if I caught him leaving, did it catch him going? And is there another way out without being seen? Did he double back? Yeah, I guarantee you they got every part of that guy on camera. Because he's dumping the knapsack in the complex. They got him there. They got him, like I said, like pretty much on everything. More of the information will all fully come out when it's time. Yes. Well, there's with her, intuition. Absolutely. Did Mom lose it on her and then call Stearns to come help? Intuition. Don't know, right? I don't know. Did her mom get in a fight? She threatened, right? Stefan, get your ass down here. Come pick up my daughter and take her to school. Oh, wait. Well, so what time did he get there then? You know, if she was so sleeping, wasn't she supposedly sleeping? But anyways, so if at 7:35, he's already tossing her bag and stuff in there, she's not got to be alive at that point, because how would he have that at that point? The only way he could have it is if something happened inside the house, and then he went and disposed of it. But the thing is that they see her at 8:19. Like, okay, so he's at the apartment complex at 8:19 with her in the thing. Mom, is obviously awake because she's seen her at 8:00, right? Getting dressed. She's full of shit, this mom. This mom's full of shit. I'm calling a spade on this one. She's going to get charged. I bet you your bottom dollar that chick's going to get charged. Because no matter how you look at this, she's a liar. There's something that absolutely doesn't make sense about her story. No one says the word we when they mean I or him. And then he uses the word we, right? So just to back it up for some people that might forget this, we all know that she says we took him to school. We saw her get out and cross the street type of thing. We saw her do that. Oh, wait, by the way, over here, you see this guy here that's sitting behind me? Oh, well, he's actually the one that took her to school. Let me just crack my knuckles, as I'm sitting behind her in the interview, right? And then when he's telling his story through those fake tears and the tissue paper, then it's like, well, blah, 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 blah. That's the last time we saw her, when he was talking about Madeline getting out of the vehicle. She got out playing with the little backpack there. And that's the last time we saw her. So to me, I think these people are just shit-ass liars. And obviously, Stephen Stearns doesn't know how to avoid a camera if his life depended on it. And every smart individual goes to you're right there in the apartment complex. You know what? Let me just toss it over here. Like, what was that idiot thinking, to be honest with you? Like, seriously, let's just, you know what? Instead of going to some landfill or some deep bushes, and you know what? While I'm changing my spare tire, let me just toss her just, a few feet off into the little bushes there. Like, this, to me, this was not planned out. Like, this was like not, to me, a premeditated thing, in the sense of, was this something the day before? I don't think so. Something happened that created this, whether it was the night before, in a sense, perhaps. Nah, it probably happened that night into the morning. She gets him to come over. I'm just thinking out loud. She gets him to come over to pick her up, take her to school. Knapsack goes in at 7:35. So what time did he get there? Hey, baby, you worked all night, but let me just, 6:00, I'm there. Nah, something happened. Something happened there, where some fight probably went on or something. Something happened there. What's darn catchy? It's so darn catchy. What's so darn catchy? Oh, I got why you... Are you rapping? I got the why you lying TikTok in my head. Oh, okay. Is that like is that a copyrighted type song? That one that you put in there, or no? Because I'll show it if it's not. But if it is, I'm not going to play it. Is it like a song that an actual singer sings, or is it just somebody goofing off making that song that you added to it? I'm telling you, she's done. They're just too many loose ends. They're going to pay her a visit. Oh, I think so. It's not a copyrighted song. Oh, you want me to play it? Is it because you made it? Okay. I'll find it. Just give me a second. Where is it? Where is it, Charmaine? Oh, there it is. Okay. Charmaine wants me to play this because she made it and she thinks it's funny. 1 second. Where is it? I gotta find it. Right there. I think it's right there. No, that's not it. Charmaine, what did I do with it? Where did it go? Oh, here it is. It's on Facebook. That's why. Okay. Ready? It's 10 seconds long, people. You happy? It's not bad taste. No truer words were spoken there. On there. Okay, wait. I just want to go back to stop screen. I just want to go back to my TikTok before. Let's play this one more time, actually. Let's go back to TikTok. TikTok. No, why am I calling it TikTok? I don't care. Can't force me to say X. It's Twitter.
Anything can happen before. We may be able to get some additional video where she's on it. They're probably not finished getting all of the information. They just have enough to secure the probable cause for arrest. Additionally, multiple statements under oath, there's a perjury charge. So there's different things that can happen along the way. Did she know something? Is she going to eventually confess to something? Is she contributing to what occurred? Her dishonesty, if able to be proven, can be enough even while the other investigation is pending. And the rest of it adding on.
Yeah. See, it's just a matter of time. Hold on a second. Let me see what else was said. What else we got? Hey, there's us right now. See? Can you guys see that? That's us right now. Spectrum. So let's see here. Amaricela tells me that with case like Madeline Soto's, there's a big spider web of information that allows law enforcement to get deeper in the investigation. Mentions friends, relatives, neighbors, even school staff can all offer something. We want the best case possible and are working with the state attorney to bring justice to Madeline Soto. I also asked if other suspects are now involved in the case, and the chief said no comment. So, that's Wilderman. How come her name's not highlighted there? You got anything more for us? Well, let's take a look at these. Look at that, you guys. Isn't that nice and bright and beautiful? Here, let me bring them closer. Hey, Outback. Look at that, guys. Let's take a, this is in memory here of Madeline Soto. Look at that. It's this beaded windmill right here. Minnie Mouse. Look at this little basket, little Easter basket. Yeah. Let's see. God bless you, sweet angel. My grandsons wanted you or to have this toy. You are so loved. Rest easy. Rest in heaven, princess. Nice picture of her there. Yeah. Look at that, eh? It's hard enough when I drive, when me and my husband drive by something, and, you're driving down a road like this and then you'll just see a cross there because somebody obviously type of thing lost their life. Oh, it always hurts my heart so bad whenever you're just driving along and all of a sudden you see that, some sort of memorial of where somebody had died. Charmaine, do you want to tell everyone what your cards read? Oh, well, that's for Sebastian. For Sebastian, I'm going to go through and make a timeline. Yeah, if you could just do that, gaming and sleuthing. I keep telling myself that I'm going to do that, like that I'm legit going to make a timeline. So for me personally, I am not that person that sits there with a spreadsheet. I like to show it in maybe Canva form. I am not that person. I am not a Tom Webster. Yeah, I wish I was better at that stuff, but I'm more of a YOLO person. Like, okay, we'll play this part, we'll play this, we'll do this, we'll do that. I'm not a spreadsheet person. I'll never be a spreadsheet person. Only time I ever had to do that was when I was like a general manager at the hotel. Ugh. I was sending. All right, perfect. Don't forget the 8. Don't forget the 810 there on there, because it seems like everyone seems to not see that one or whatever. Okay, let me just see if there's anything else that I had. Because just these. Okay, Jennifer Soto, she's bugging me, because to me she's just lying. I don't even give a crap. She's a liar. She's a liar. There's something fishy about that whole scenario going on there. That let's just look at that post again. No, that's not what I want. I want this post right here. Okay, 1 second. Let's just look at that. Oh, wrong screen. All right, let's just look at this one again. Okay. I just found out that a friend of mine works with Maddie's aunt, and she said that the mom knew about him abusing her and that they would sleep in the same bed, right? Remember grandma there saying that she never slept. She didn't like sleeping alone, Maddie, but she would sleep in the bed. That they would sleep in the same bed, and she watched sometimes would join in the 3, and that she's getting like, this person doesn't speak English too well. I'll give them that much. She's getting charged, and the autopsy of Maddie will not be on the news or out there. So that the mom definitely knew everything. I'm absolutely disgusted. And the mom's boyfriend had a second phone with all the, disgusting stuff on it. Mom's going to get charged. Mom's going to get charged. Yeah. I almost feel like the mom's not. I feel like she's kind of disgusting herself as a parent, to be honest with you. I'm getting this vibe that there's a can of whoop ass worms is gonna open up, and it's gonna be like that she knew that stuff was going on. I think it's gonna come to fruition once they go through the friends, the relatives, the people that know anything. Once they go through all that information, about Maddie being scared and did that, I think that there's people are going to have information. I think that once they lay it all out, it's going to show that the mom knew exactly what was going on, and it won't even shock me if the mom was even in on it or knew of it, because there's just something too weird that she says that she calls him for school, and at 7:35 is when he's throwing the backpack away, right? She's obviously dead then, or she's being held at house somehow, while he goes and tosses it over in the garbage. Nah. She probably died right somewhere in that house there, around that area. Stuck her in the car, heads down that, whatever that road was again. Old Hickory tree road, tosses her out like she's nothing. So sickening. So sickening. So sickening. It's got to be one of these couple things, finally. Like, honestly, can I just ask you guys in chat? One, if you think that she was pregnant, Or 2, if you think that she was going to say tell, either on one of them or both of them. So 1 for pregnancy, and 2, you think she was going to tell. You know what? If I honestly had my pick, and I don't normally go this route, but if I honestly had my pick, I'd probably go with more 1. If I had the choice between the 2 of why someone would take that person's life after 2 years of abusing them. What do you mean you're getting rid of your precious candy? Sharon Parker, you think it was both 1 and 2 together? 2. Hold on. The mom calls Stefan to come pick her up early. See, that sounds more like a 2 than a 1 for that part. I don't know. You know what, Sharon Parker? 1 and 2. 1 and 2. What are we voting for? Well, basically it was like, okay, so Stefan and possibly Jen, this girl was killed for a reason. This girl was a piece of candy for a couple of years, right? Obviously, the video footage shows that. So there's something that had to make them or him cross the line. You know, there's something that had to make him cross the line, because I mean, he's the one that's being seen. So there's something that had to have made him cross the line, and it had to be something that obviously would bring darkness to light, right? Well, that's just it, right? I mean, I know that there's some dense people out there, and I know that, you know, but I just think it really depends on each person. So I'm a very questionable person, and I always look for signs. Whenever I'm talking with someone, just naturally, I'm reading if I like you, if you're being truthful or honest. I'm instantly just downloading that information without thinking about it. You know, it's because I'm a person that people lie so much over the stupidest shit. But ever since I was a kid, I would just hone in on that stuff. It's like you could just feel the vibration or feel their aura, that you're just like, yeah, keep talking to me. You're full of shit. Yep, keep going. All right. When are you gonna, you know? And so most times in my life, when I felt like someone was lying to me, I would just say, cut the shit. You know, I already know what you're asking or what you want, or quit lying to me, type of thing. And I would just call it right out. And this is from when I was a kid. And so I would just, you know, as I got older, it was just kind of like, oh, you got a knack for this shit. And then you get older, and then they start labeling all this shit. I don't really label things like that. I'm just more of either you're intuitive, either you have perception of people, you know, maybe you're dense as a door, you know, and maybe you're great in other ways, but when it comes to intuition of people, you're naive and this and that. I just remember, I'll say from 7 or 8 years old is when I just knew that I seemed to have, I could read if somebody was sad. And I always felt the situation around me as a kid. And I was very sensitive. Like, I used to cry like a baby. Like, if you said something about my hair, which now I don't care, but if you said something about my hair and like something like a piece of hair, I would literally start bawling. If you said anything insensitive to me, my eyes would well up. And I used to get so pissed off because I'm like, stop it. Stop crying. Stop watering your eyes, eh? And then after a while, and you start getting older, and you start to get immune to that stuff because you get tired of crying over stuff all the time. You feel like you're this, like, at the time, like 20-something-year-old baby that always bawls every time someone throws an insult your way or talks rude to you. Like, I'm not kidding. The total opposite of this Okay. And then after a while, you get tired of people's shit. You get tired of lies. And you're just like, keep it real. Okay. Keep it real with me. And then I can talk to you. If you're fake to me, I don't even want anything to do with you. Because now I know that you're just a bullshitter. You're untrustworthy. Get out of my life. And so I just got to kind of more that point that you want people to surround you that bring you happiness or try to support you, and you get rid of those dip fucks in your life that try to bring you down, take you down, and that, or else they're jealous of you. Like my own twin sister is literally always jealous of me in so many ways. It's because I'm the extrovert, she's the introvert. I'm the outgoing one type of thing. I just kind of keep it real. She always has a pretense going. That little freaking facade that everybody bought and stuff like that. But my sister, my own twin sister, has no problem putting me down in front of other people because her life sucks. She sucks that she has to do that shit to me. But I see her do it all the time. And unhappy people do that shit to other people. I'm just too smart. Like, I don't even know how to say it. But when you just know, and you watch the universe, you're like a third person looking in, and you watch the universe and you're like, look, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. So like, let's just pretty much YOLO life, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee type of thing when you have to. And you just kind of ride the waves of life, and that, instead of sitting there in this negative space that my life sucks forever, everything around me sucks. I just couldn't live that way. I might as well go off myself if I had to live that way, to be honest with you, because it's such negative auras. So I always, from when I was younger, I saw this purpose. And the purpose is that, sure, you get older, you have kids, you have a marriage. That's the great life right there. Having a family, having people that love you and around you, and work and money. Sure, those play a factor, but they weren't the end all to be all of life. Life was about enjoying the moments, enjoying your family, enjoying the outdoors, enjoying the sun shining in your freaking face, like that type of stuff. That's why I don't put this big value on money in my life. Sure, it makes the world go around, but I never would put that before people, right? And that's kind of the difference. Sometimes people that are YouTube creators and stuff like that, and I'll just use them as an example, they sit there and they're just all about earning that extra money. The more they make, the more they want, etc., etc., etc. They'll do lives all the time, because they know if they miss doing a day, oh my God, that's probably $200 that they're missing out on. It's one of those things. I always do things from my heart. I know what my purpose is. My purpose was always about helping people. It was just what I enjoyed the most, being able to put a smile on somebody's face. Charmaine puts a smile on my face all the time. She's a great person. There's a lot of great people here. That's why we keep this chat troll free, because we don't have to put up with it, and we won't put up with it, because if I don't want those type of people in my real life, why the hell would I want you in here in this channel? So if this channel takes longer to grow because it tries to have the good people, the caring people, then so be it. I don't want trash in here. The trash can stay out of here, because we don't want negativity. Negativity is like freaking having poisonous freaking snake around you all the time. Nobody wants that. Nobody, I'm sure, says, you know what, talk dirty to me, talk mean to me, talk rude to me. No, who wants that, right? Anyways, whoa, that was a preaching moment. You're welcome. Off topic for a sec. Did you get me? I know an email came in from you. I've not looked at that email yet. So I will later. I still have to prepare for a live for tonight for Charmaine and Travis. And I'm not sure if Ivy's joining and whatever, but I will get it to either today or tomorrow. Okay? All right. So did you guys feel preached to there? Did I lose subs because of that? Nope. In fact, I gained some. Not subs, viewers. Sorry, by the way. Negativity breeds. I need to make another channel. I need to make it like a Preach It Sunny channel, or Just Ask Sunny, like Dear Abby shit. I love helping people. I do. I love people opening up about their own lives. Why perhaps they're here in true crime. What happened in your life. Except for I don't want the ones where it's like, what happened in your life that made you so miserable? Why does your life suck so much again? Oh, right. because you can't change your thought process. You have to think that everything's negative, right? Because we all know that the only person that can change that is you, nobody else. It's just when the Debbie Downers, come along and they just trying to spoil it for everyone. That's my twin sister. That's not even including my older sister, who's Satan. All right. Like, seriously, I got a bunch of family members. My mom and that's dead. My mom died. Well, her birthday will be in a few days. But she died back in 2015. My real dad's dead. My stepdad's dead. Whoops. Hold on. My other stepdad, he's alive, but whatever, and stuff like that. So I have like 8. There's 8 of us. 4 half brothers and whatever. But our family, that Satan person that I just spoke about, she broke our family apart a long time ago. And my brother is probably more like me the most, but they're very opinionated and they'll disown you. You know what? They're too busy telling other people how to live their lives. Nobody wants somebody to tell them how to live their life. Unless they're a big suck tit living at home at 35 years old, perhaps with their mummy, and they're on their mummy's breast or something like that. But nobody likes somebody telling somebody else how to live their life. My family's great for that. What, you need to do this. You need to clean your this. You need to shut up and go back to your own home and do your own thing. Right? But anyways, Charmaine and Vinny asked him. Let me just, I know what I wanted to show you quickly. I seen JLR talking about this, to be honest with you. I didn't actually show that one, did I? But anyways, where is it? I gotta click on it. It's over here. All right, share. Okay, so this is the GoFundMe for Maddie Soto's funeral and expenses. So Stephanie Soto is the organizer of this fundraiser. Now, this fundraiser, for whatever reason, the organizer has it currently disabled new donations to this fundraiser. So I'm not really sure what's up with that. I know that there's GoFundMe's out there and different things and stuff like that. He's busy today, little gambler. 3 p.m. Oh, he's still going on about Vinny. Vinny loves me more. I told him off once, but he doesn't remember. Thank you to everyone for overwhelming amount of support and generosity. We have reached the goal and have paused donations. Oh, okay. We have reached the goal and paused for donations. Well, is that a good thing or a bad thing? Because how many people usually pause the donations? They usually just keep letting them ride on in. My family and I have already made arrangements. On March 6th, right, Maddie was laid to rest. Beautiful. Oh, it's so disgusting. It's so hard, eh? This beautiful child. Something about the funeral place paid for the funds will be used for Maddie's funeral arrangements and support, but yet the funeral place actually paid for their service or something like that. Oh, there it is. There was a funeral home that graciously offered to cover the cost of Maddie's funeral. That stuff is beautiful, though. Not gonna lie, when you see that stuff, right? Everyone, people, strangers from around the planet, donating money, helping out, and stuff like that. So the only other thing I think I wanted to show was this. And you guys could take a screenshot of this at yourself. If you guys want to take a screenshot of this, feel free. Because honestly, I can't seem to find it anywhere besides on this news station. So if anyone wants to grab a screenshot of that, that's the one where it talks about getting dressed at 8 o'clock. So besides seeing it, I don't really see it anywhere else. I don't see the actual documents. And I keep looking for them. So I'm just putting it like that in case anyone wants to screenshot it. Mm-hmm. Okay. So I'll put that there. So you guys, I'm not even going to read that anymore because you guys could just read that yourself, really. Anyways, it's the same stuff we've been talking to. But it got that stuff where it says he was heading home after he attempted to stop for vape juice at a nearby vape shop, et cetera, on that. So I'll just look at some last comments here, you guys. And I probably won't make the next live. You know what? Doesn't matter, finally. It's just Charmaine. Yeah, she's too busy jizzing over Vinny still. On there. If anyone doesn't know this that's watching right now, Vinny Politan actually has his own YouTube channel that he created not that long ago. But anyways, he does a lot of, it's funny watching Vinny, let alone on a court TV, because he's like me, right? Yeah. Like if I wasn't sitting down here, my hands are very expressive. You know, Vinny's like, and his camera's like right there in your face when he's talking. The other day he was having fun playing with the different options. Anyways, Vinny Politan, that's his other channel called Vinny Politan. So check him out. Not too many though. Charmaine might get jealous here. She's just jealous because when I go into Vinny Politan, I'm just like the little cheerleader there saying, you got 500 viewers, but only 150 likes. Boom, 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 boom. So he's like, it's a crime and shame. And then Charmaine says something and it's like, oh, next person after Charmaine. Who's that now? Yeah. But Charmaine's insistent that Vinny Politan, of course, is just trying to get to know her family. She's a Canadian like I am, guys. Yeah. She's obviously suffering there in this little town that she lives in. Finally, Sunny has to be known to throw in all-night lives in the past. So much fun. Yeah. You know, if it wasn't for my husband and it wasn't for the fact that behind my butt right here is my bed. So I have to travel pretty far every morning just to get from my bed, which is 2 feet here, and then exert myself into this chair. But if it wasn't for the fact that my husband has to sleep and go to work, I'd probably do a lot of nighttime shows, to be honest with you. I am a night owl by trait. That's when my juices flow the most, is at nighttime. That's typically when I like to do things. You know, the world is quiet. You know, it's dark outside. Everyone's sleeping. The cats are sleeping. And it's just like, yeah, so. But I can't because the bed's right there. And the husband would be like, can you turn us, you know, stop typing? Like my keyboard is like one of these ones. Marker. It says marker created. Okay, sure. Okay. Guess I made a marker for Streamlabs there. But anyways, so it's one of those ones where my husband also will wake up and go, do you think you could use your iPad? All right. Grumpy ass. But no, I get it. It's one of those keyboards, you know? Sunny, can you send me anything that has times on it? Wow, if I do that gaming, then I might as well just do my own darn timeline. This has the times on it. This is what you want here. This one is what you want here, okay? And the other one that you want is this one here. Stop screen. This one. Oh, I see what you're saying. You legitimately want them to email to you. Unless you're quick and take a screenshot. But yeah. That's what you want. Oh my God, the work I have to do. Oh, fine. You're jealous as fuck. You are too. Finally, good luck with your study. Just again, gonna read these last ones. Get those juices flowing. People kick ass, take names. Yeah. At the end of the day, guys, honestly, bottom line is, so we're here for a purpose. The purpose is to spread awareness on cases and to the murdered and the missing. So please, again, go to the community page. If you don't follow me on Twitter, perhaps follow me on Twitter. That's where I do a lot of my posting, especially when it comes to the missing and stuff like that. It's the easiest probably way if you do have, you can't make me say X. I'll call it Twitter X. I'll call it Twitter, but you can't. X just, it sounds weird. It's like Twitter, tweet, Twitter, right? It's almost like that Kit Kat song. But it's like, yeah, tweet, Twitter. No, that's skill. What's the one that goes, there's only one candy with the whole lifesavers. That's it. It's like a lifesaver. Tweet, Twitter. But anyways, it just seems so weird saying X. You know, piss off Elon Musk changing that. Like, I like his X. Don't get me wrong. Actually, no, I don't even like his X too much. I like somebody created this beautiful blue X with a bird on it. Oh my God, it was beautiful, gorgeous, stunning. I wish you would have ever adopted that for it, to be honest with you. Can you put up the police report so I can screenshot it too? No, what I'll do is I'll send you the affidavit in email, the full affidavit, and I'll send, so this is just part of it, right? This is just a screenshot from it, but I'll send you the actual affidavit, and then I'll send you the screenshot of the one where the mom is talking about 8 o'clock on there. Fair enough? Fair enough. Okay. X phone. I know. I just wish that Elon Musk could have left it alone. Like, dude, you got better things to do. That guy tweets out a lot, to be honest with you. I actually kind of like Elon Musk. I think I like him more than Vinny. Actually, no. Vinny would be funner. Vinny would be totally funner. Can you put the police? All right. Okay. My confidence is dwindled. All right, you guys. You know, Charmaine, I feel like I can just hang out here all day, to be honest with you. I got nothing going on in my life today besides getting that live ready for you and Travis. So again, you guys, tonight, I'm not going to join in. Maybe I'll come crash in. No, I doubt it, actually. Travis Williamson, a lawyer from Texas. He's a defense lawyer. Is kind of going to be like, I'm sure a lot of it will relate to Delphi, but in general, it's about if you have a question to do with true crime, perhaps that you want to ask a lawyer, then of course, you know, Travis can help answer that question for you. So if you do, you have to squeeze it in before Charmaine hogs all the time, though. Yeah. How does Dee not make the connection? Not to mention, oh my God, there's another Steve. Steve, no. We got enough Steves going. My ex-husband's named Steve. My husband now's named Steve. We don't need another Steve. Freaking person that Stephen McDougal, Stephen freaking Stearns. How does Dee not make the connection? Not to mention the cop he handed his report to, not suspect. Can I just be honest with you? I have no idea what you're talking about right there. Are you talking about Delphi? Are you talking about Maddie? Dee not make the connection, not to mention the cop he handed the report to. Yeah, sorry, Steve. I'm kind of lost, actually. Yes, somebody explain that for me quickly if they could. I'm going to do laundry and work on the timeline. Okay. I'll send you that stuff in just a few minutes. I have voices in my head. That's probably pretty normal nowadays, to be honest with you. I'll just wait for Steve to answer back. Oh, my bad. Oh, see, I wasn't sure. No, it's okay. We weren't. No. It wasn't a Delphi live, but I just wasn't sure what you were referring to. So I was like, we only talked about Delphi for a sec here. How does Dee not make the connection? Not to mention the cop he handed the report to, not suspect. Dan Doolin? How does Dan Doolin not make the connection? Not to mention, oh, absolutely. You know, I think Dan Doolin is a doofus. That's what I think Dan Doolin is. I think he's a doofus that screwed up a lot, along with Tobe Lesenby. But yeah, I mean, come on now. Recording over video footage. Like, seriously, you know, like, honestly. It's like Twiddledee and Twiddledummer. Yeah, Dan Doolin. Anyways. Dan Doolin's a doofus. Say that 10 times fast. Anyways, Delphi is a circus act, and we'll see how it goes, eh? Hopefully this speedy trial thing, perhaps we'll get to see justice for Abby and Libby sooner or later. See how that goes. It's going to be very interesting for sure on the 18th with those two court dates. See how it all plays out anyway. But yeah. But anyways, so tonight, 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 Pacific. Ask a lawyer. Your flag is showing. Your flag is showing. What flag? Wait, what's up next for Kayla Montgomery? Closing arguments, Vinnie Politan. Love your flag is showing. Did you guys have a special kind of, well, I was away for a second? I don't think so. I have no clue what you guys are talking about. Your flag is showing. The Canadian? And I'm looking around for a flag. Or are you just talking about, did I say A too much? I swear to God, you guys need to go have some drinks is what you guys need to do. Sounds like you guys have been drinking already. Okay, so is there anything before I go? Game and Sleuth, and I'll send you that stuff in a minute. You said A. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, some Canadians say it. I say it all the time. I don't even think about it. It's like saying bacon, right? No. Little gambler, don't forget to learn to spell my name right. S-U-N-N-Y. Oh, is that what you said? All I saw was love your ch. And I was like, my chichas, my chicas, my chichamangas. What is he going on about? Anyways. Okay, you guys, don't forget to give this live a like and a share. Please, of course, for Sebastian Rogers and for Elijah Vu. As well, for if you guys didn't see again on the community page, is Iris Crum. Okay, we never talked about her in this live or Elijah Vu in this live. But don't forget that the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation on Twitter, you can follow them as well for any Sebastian Rogers updates or Iris Crumb's, this precious 7-year-old girl that the mother basically stole her child, even though she doesn't have custodial rights. Father's heartbroken. The only way to get these people back, or try to get them back, is by splashing it out there far and wide for everyone. So care and share. I know that's old, but whatever. Care and share. Caring is sharing. 10-4. For a second there, can I just say that, Gaming and Sleuthin'? For a second there, when I saw 10-4, for some reason I thought of it like a work shift. I was like, 10-4. Only because I used to have that shift, 10-4. Anyways. Check out the merchandise if you guys are bored. Okay, I think that's it. Other than that, Charmaine, I know you're going to have your live later. So gaming and sleuthing, before I probably message you, I probably have to, my husband won't mind, by the way, but I'm probably going to have to, before I message you, I'm going to send Vinny just a little love note, just to remind him that he loves me more than Charmaine. I'm sure he's going to go, it's a crime and shame. I know exactly who you are. It's like, Charmaine who? Yeah, that's pretty much it. Charmaine who? The girl that sniffs glue, pretty much. Anyways. That's it. Thank you, guys. Take care. Goodbye. Get out of here. I went to the wrong thing. Anyways, take care, guys. I keep hitting the wrong button to leave. Okay, I'm coming. I'm going to find it. Ready? Are you ready for it? Take care.